Welcome to Healthy Living Made Simple with your host, Coach Diana Lee. That's me. So I want to tackle in this series what you actually need to know about nutrition, fitness, and health, and how to apply it towards your goals. So today's lesson, we're going to tackle carbohydrates. It's time to stop fearing carbs. So many people are afraid to eat carbs, but yet they're so good for us. I want to teach you guys some facts and teach you how to learn how to apply it to your lifestyle. That way you feel empowered to make the right decisions and you no longer have to avoid carbs out of not really understanding them. Let's begin with a very simple metaphor. Picture a car. In order for the car to run, you need to put gas in the car. Let's imagine our body is that car. Carbohydrates are the gas. So that provides us the energy for our body to move and function. Simple enough. I'm not going to break down the science too much, but here's the basics of what you need to know. Number one, you eat the carbs. Like my friend here on my slide, she is consuming pasta. As the pasta goes into our body, the carbs are going to be digested in the body and turned into glucose, which is a fancy scientific word for sugar. Then the carbs will either be used for energy, so put towards moving your body, doing some kind of effort. That could even just be breathing. Or it will be stored for later so that your body can then use the carbs towards some other physical activity. All right, so there's a couple cases in which if we have an overage of carbs or we don't eat enough carbs and how it affects our body. So the first one, if you eat too many carbs, this is most of our problem. We eat way too much for our needs. So if that's the case, carbohydrates will be made from glucose to glycogen, which is the storage form of carbohydrates. So if our body needs to hold on to it, it's glycogen. These stores can be pulled from at a later time to be used to fuel activity. But if those stores are not used, they will remain in the body as fat. And that is how you gain weight. You don't eat the right amount of carbs, you have too many in your body does not burn it, and it gets stored as fat. Simple enough. All right, well, what happens if you eat too few carbs for your needs? A lot of my clients come to me and they're under eating because they are, once again, afraid of carbohydrates. So you're eating too little. That means you run out of glucose, so readily available energy, as you're living your life, working out, whatever you're using it for. Your body tries to take from your glycogen, but there's just not enough there. So instead, your body is going to go to the fat and protein storage in your body and convert those into energy. So your body's awesome. It can convert pretty much all of your food into energy, but carbohydrate is the most efficient, readily available source of energy. Fat and protein then come afterwards. Protein you don't really want to dip into, especially if you're into fitness and you're looking to make some gains in that fitness world. You're not really going to get there if you dip into your protein storage because now that can't go towards your muscle building. So in summary, if you're active, you're going to need more carbs. If you're inactive, you're going to need less carbs. Simple as that. Now, let's discuss which kinds of carbs we should eat because that really is going to affect how you get to your goals or if you don't at all. So simple carbs, these are refined and highly processed. So in my top image here, you see things like chips, pretzels, white bread, pizza, donuts. These are all things that are highly processed. They do not contain really any nutrients at all. During the processing, they are stripped of their nutrients. They're not really going to give you any good stuff. They also stimulate appetite. So as you eat them, your body actually wants to continue eating more. So we tend to overeat at this point. Also, simple carbs spike our insulin and blood sugar levels. Long term, this can cause damage in our body and it can also lead to diabetes because ultimately diabetes is, in very simple terms, our body's inability to manage its insulin and blood sugar levels. So long term, we do not want a diet high in simple carbs. Now we have complex carbs. You're going to look at the bottom image on my screen here. So you're going to see things such as fruit. You're going to see vegetables, whole grains, whole wheat bread, whole grain bread, whole wheat pasta, things like that have some kind of actual whole food aspect to it. They are less processed, so they still retain a lot of their natural nutrients, which is awesome because that's way better for us. Also, when we eat them, we actually start to feel full, and we stay full for a longer period of time. So over time, you're probably going to eat less. And it keeps our insulin and blood sugar levels stable, so we don't have these crazy spikes. So let's dive more into what these spikes look like and how they affect us. Simple carbohydrates are digested more quickly and as a result cause a spike in our insulin levels, which in turn spikes our glucose levels. A great demonstration of this in real life that you can see is when you eat a lot of candy and you get a sugar high or a sugar rush. What goes up sharply ultimately must also drop sharply. And that's where I bring in my metaphor of a roller coaster. If you are riding a big roller coaster and you are going on a steep incline, you can pretty much expect that that drop is about to hit you, right? So what goes up sharply must come down sharply. In terms of how our body responds, that's why we tend to have a crash after a sugar high. That's why we lose energy quickly after eating simple carbohydrates. On the flip side, complex carbohydrates, especially ones containing high amounts of fiber, are actually harder for your body to digest. So as a result, they take longer to digest. It has a less drastic effect on our insulin and blood glucose, and it provides a more consistent source of energy over a longer period of time. So if you're going to relate that to my roller coaster metaphor, imagine you're on a kiddie roller coaster. Kiddie roller coasters aren't really going to up or drop you at any point. It's just going to kind of level out a little bit. And that is more what like the complex carbohydrates do in your body. Now I know that what you're really asking is, how do I take this information and apply it? If you're inactive and you're looking to lose weight, you should lower your carb intake, but in turn, increase your protein intake to help increase satiety. So let's break this down. You don't need to eat nearly as many carbs if you are not active, especially if you are trying to lose weight. You want less energy in for less energy out. Now, that doesn't mean that you should just starve yourself. That's not really going to go well. If you eat more protein, you're going to be able to feel full, content, and you're going to be able to reach your goals a lot easier, because ultimately, if you're feeling hungry, you're going to ultimately reach for shitty food. Let's focus more on quality now. I want you to think about actually consuming more whole, complex carbs. Foods that have nutrients in them, keep you fuller longer, and ultimately make you feel better and are healthier for you. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, this is what your diet should pretty much largely consist of if you aren't active. Now, if you have goals of getting healthier, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, you should incorporate some kind of physical activity into your life. It's just a given. Physical activity is a whole part of being healthy. Now, that can look like adding walks to your day, runs. I would recommend at some point working your way up to some form of resistance training, especially if you're looking to lose weight and improve your overall health. If you are active, so I'm looking at you guys, if you're going to CrossFit, Orange Theory, HIIT workouts, doing any kind of regular physical activity, maybe working out anywhere between about 2 to 5 plus times a week. You need carbs for energy. You cannot do these low carb diets sustainably, realistically, and still meet your goals. Learn that lesson from the previous slide. You should still absolutely consume the best possible foods you can. So majority of your diet should compose of complex carbs. You can't just eat crap and work out all the time, right? The saying goes, you can't outrun a bad diet. It's true. So shift your focus from worrying about not eating carbs or how much to eating quality carbs. Even if you're looking to lose weight while exercising, you still need enough to fuel your performance and avoid using up your protein stores. Not a lot of women are looking to do this, but there are some of you out there. I see you. So if you're looking to gain weight, mass, or if you're in the other camp and you're actually participating in competitive training, so you're training anywhere upwards from like an hour and a half plus a day, 5 to 7 days a week, you can benefit from incorporating simple carbohydrates into your diet. Believe it or not. Yep. 2 instances where this can work. Post-workout. After your workout, you've depleted all of your carbohydrate storage, and you're probably going to need that quick fix to up it a little bit more. Simple carbohydrates are easily digested. They replenish your stores. You're feeling energetic and good again. Awesome. Why would we want to gain weight? Because we can lift heavier weights, build more muscle mass, and overall increase our strength. Sounds pretty cool, right? Yes. So if you want to do that, simple carbs can help you get there because they're easier to digest. Gaining weight is really hard because you have to eat a massive quantity of food, which can be really, really difficult if your entire diet is all complex carbohydrates. By mixing in some simple carbohydrates, you can get your calories up to where they need to be to support your goals. If you guys want more information on this, you can check me out. I am Coach Diana Lee. I'm a premium one-on-one nutrition coach who helps active women get stronger and feel amazing in their bodies without the restriction and overwhelm of dieting. If you're interested in getting one-on-one nutrition guidance tailored towards your goals and your lifestyle, you can apply and schedule your free consultation at rebrand.ly/applycoachd. What I do is once I get your application, you immediately get an email follow-up that lets you book your free 1-hour consultation. We get on the phone, talk more about what your goals, lifestyle, and obstacles are. I determine if I am actually the right coach for you, if I can help you get to those goals, and then we talk more about what my program entails and how I can help you. Now, if you're just looking for more general information on nutrition, fitness, and overall health, you can follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active. I'm at Coach Diana Lee on Instagram. But if you're not on Instagram and you want to follow me on Facebook, I'm also there as well. Facebook.com/Coach Diana Lee. Otherwise, if you're viewing this on YouTube, click the link to subscribe and check out more of my videos.